All right. Hey guys, welcome back to the Content Creation Academy podcast. I'm Tami.
And I'm Becca. And if you're new here, welcome, welcome. So, this podcast is literally for anyone who wants to learn how to make money creating content for brands without needing a huge following, without the expensive equipment, and without already being someone or Insta famous online.
So we started this because we've both been through the journey ourselves. I was DoorDashing and trying to find any way to make income from home. And now I'm consistently making over $20,000 a month creating content for brands. But it didn't happen overnight. And it also didn't require anything crazy to get started.
And we started Content Creation Academy because we wanted to create the resource we wish we had when we first started figuring this all out. So every episode, we're giving you real talk, real strategies, and real steps you can actually take.
So welcome back. How was your
Yes.
week, Becca?
So far, so good. It's warming up continuously, and I'm a little late on the garden game because in Utah, spring came early. Like I mentioned, I think it was last or two podcasts ago, I did that cattle roundup, and
Yes.
we had to move the cows a month early because spring arrived early. So
Yep.
I have a garden and I love this little garden. Had it for a couple years and I'm already behind. Haven't planted my carrots or anything. And this weekend's really busy. So I'll probably have to do it next week. But I'm excited to get into the garden and start planting and tilling and all the good things. So coming soon.
Nice. Yeah, it's hot here already too. And honestly, like most people that live here in Arizona, I've figured out if they can, they leave for the summer. And they're only here during the cooler months. So we're actually thinking about doing that too. So we're looking at some Airbnbs up by you to come stay for the summer and enjoy a beautiful Utah summer because it's just the best. And get out of the heat because it's already getting warm here. So
Yeah. And that's so cool that your job, you can honestly film in
yes,
Utah. You can film in Arizona. Like you can move. That's
yes,
so cool.
yeah. And my husband is actually this is his last full week at his full-time job, and then he's gonna be working for a private owner. He's a helicopter pilot, and just like everyone else, he leaves for the summer. So he also will be able to come with me. So it'll be really fun.
Oh, I'm so excited you're coming back for the summer.
I know.
I don't know what we have what we have planned together yet, but
We'll do some
there's gonna
stuff.
be things. Truly. Our podcast will be in person more instead of over Zoom.
That'll be so great.
I'm so excited to have you back. I was crossing my fingers that you were just going to come back full time, but I'll take you for the summer. It's cool.
Hey, we'll be there for a few months each year.
Dang. I'm excited to see you. Even though I see you literally, I'm going to come to you in Arizona because it's my turn. Because
Yes,
Tammy
yes.
came to Utah the last 2 months and I figured I should, take my turn and fly out to Arizona. So
Before it gets too hot.
it's probably going to be so hot when I arrive, but it's cool. But anyways, all right, let's get into today's episode. And I'm going to be honest. This one is going to be a little bit different than our usual episodes. We're not walking you through the step-by-step strategy today, and we're going to go a little deeper than that. So get ready.
Yes. So this is one of my favorite topics. Today we're talking about the thing that we genuinely believe is the number one reason why people either make it in UGC or they don't. And it has nothing to do with their content quality. It has nothing to do with their niche, which I know we just talked about. And it has nothing to do with their portfolio.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it?
It's I know. Like, do you want to hear it? What is it, Tammy? Just kidding. It's called mindset. Specifically, that shift from thinking like an employee to thinking like a business owner. And we know that sounds like a little crazy, but like a little buzzword. And you probably heard that before, but stay with us because the way that we're going to talk about it today is really specific and we get really real.
Yes.
I don't know why I said it like that. Real. Who am I? Sorry, Tammy.
It's been a long day today. So today we're both going to share our own real stories, where we come from, what we were doing before UGC, and the exact moment or moments where we realized that our thinking had to change completely.
So if you've ever felt stuck or inconsistent or like you're waiting for someone to give you permission to go all in on this, this is the episode for you. It's going to hit you a little bit different.
All right, let's get into it.
All right. So a little bit about me. Let's talk about me, baby. I don't know why.
You are getting that today.
Today, I just want to sing. Like, just like when the songs just pop up, like the lyrics.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that song is on repeat, which is so bad. I can't stop thinking it. All right. But let's talk about me.
Okay. Baby.
Name that song in our comments if you know. 'Cause I don't know why. It's such an old song, but it's just in repeat. Okay. All right, so a little bit about me. So I spent years doing the quote unquote responsible thing, like the good jobs, good pay, good benefits. I went to college to actually be a nurse because my mom is a nurse, my sister's a nurse, and I'm like, I'm gonna be a nurse. And then I figured out 3 or 4 semesters in that I do not want to be a nurse. My personality, I'm more so like, if you get hurt, I'm like, buck up. Put some dirt on it. Put a Band-Aid on it. Like, don't whine about it. You got it. Which is not good if you're a nurse. So quickly left that. Didn't know what I wanted to do. And actually ended up being a UPS driver, which is so crazy. But I would go into work about like 6 a.m. in the morning, or I would leave. I would leave at 6 a.m. and then I'd usually return home in the afternoon around 7:30. And I loved working Saturdays because that was like pure overtime. Like if you can pay me overtime, I'm like, I'm there. Let me at it. Like I want to make as much money as I can. So I usually worked half days on Saturdays. And that was just like a little bit about me, just a little window into what I was doing before for many years.
Yes. And I also, thought I had to go the regular route. I got my bachelor's and all of that, but let's just rewind to starting UGC because there's so many different journeys. But I basically got to the point where I was like, I need to find an online income, but I was struggling to find an online income. So I started DoorDashing. I was living in my in-laws' basement. My car, I couldn't use the heater in Utah winters. It was a whole situation. But I was just trying to figure out how to actually make money from home. Let's just put it there.
Yeah. And so basically 2 completely different situations, same problem. We were both thinking like employees, waiting for the paycheck, instead of building something on our own.
Yep. So in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the mindset shift that changed everything for both of us and how to make that shift for yourself.
So I'm going to start with our stories because I think context matters.
Yeah.
Like we're not people who decided one day that we're going to start a business and it worked. We both came from very different places, and understanding where we started helps you understand why mindset conversation is so important to us.
Yep. So I'll go first. And some of you may have heard my story if you've listened to episode 1. We went all into it. So I don't want to share it again here, but it's really relevant to what we're talking about today. And when Becca and I were figuring out our next steps, and I mean like really in the thick of it, my husband and I were living in my in-laws' basement. We were trying to get back on our feet financially. I was literally doing anything I could to bring in money, DoorDashing, odd jobs, whatever was available. If it was going to pay me, I'm there, right?
Yeah. Which no shame, like zero shame. You're a hustler. And I'm so proud of you. But you got to do what you got to do. Tami, I like just that memory comes back to me when she would drive to my house to help me with one of my little businesses, and it was wintertime and she just had to turn off her heater so that her electric car could make it home, which no shame. You're amazing. Just put on an extra coat. But keep going, Tami.
So yeah, I was door dashing in a car that I couldn't use the heater on in the winter, just, grinding. And I had tried other things before that. I'd done network marketing, online fitness coaching, things that I thought would give me more freedom, but I just kept hitting these walls. And I think a big part of why I kept hitting walls that I was still thinking like an employee, even in those businesses, right? Like I was waiting for someone to hand me a system. I was waiting to be trained. I wanted someone else to validate that I was doing it right.
Yeah. And that's such an important thing you just said because that's exactly what employees thinking looks like, even when you're technically running your own business. You're still waiting for permission, waiting for direction, waiting for someone else to tell you that you're ready.
Exactly. And when I found UGC, something like clicked differently. I don't know exactly know how to describe it, except I started treating it like it was already a real business. Before I even had big money coming in, it was that like internal shift and it literally changed everything.
Yeah. Okay. So my story is really different than Tammy's in terms of like circumstances. And I grew up knowing that I didn't really want to follow the path that was kind of laid out for me. Even though originally, since my mom was a nurse, my sister's a nurse. And when I was going to school out of state, I came back and I'm like, I don't know what I want to do with my life. This nursing world is not for me. It's not my path.
Yeah,
So
and what did you do instead?
So at the time, I was just doing whatever paid most. And honestly, I was attracted to like higher hourly wages, which ended up being
Hence UPS.
yes, which is traditionally more like male dominated. My very first one when I came back from college is I was working on a construction site and I was a parts runner. Um so I had a little ATV and then people in the walkie-talkie like, hey, I need this, I need this. And I would like go to the Laconics, grab it, and, like zip it over. It paid really well. And then
Yeah.
I learned how to drive a forklift on
No
that job
way.
site. So
I did not know any of this. How did I not know this?
so when like trucks would come in like semis and the forklift operator was busy, I would just pop in it and let them load it and off like it was so fun. Like
That's
these
not
are
an easy skill to learn.
I had so much fun, you guys. They had two. There was like a little like short one, and then there was it was called a gray doll, which everyone's like,
Yeah.
what the heck is that? It had the longest like reach. You could like put a pallet on top of a huge like 2-story building, like on the roof, like for the roofing material. I would
And
do
you could do
it. I know.
That's so fun.
But anyways, and so I even did like I was a forklift operator sometimes when I needed to be, and it was fun. Like I enjoyed it. I grew up with I have 4 brothers and 1 sister, but my sister moved out when I was 2 because she's 15 years older than me. So I grew up with all boys. So I have always been like a little daddy's girl with all brothers, and I was like, this is great. I love working with just lots of men, and they
Yeah.
pay really well. So I did it.
Yep.
Anyways.
That's funny. I love that about you.
And then my next job is I worked for a dewatering company that my uncle actually owns. Anyways, I'd have to monitor levels with the water. So I take the readings, but it paid really well. So I did it.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I love
anyways, and then
that.
my next job was UPS. And UPS was fantastic. They paid really well. They had great health insurance, pension, 401k. Okay, but honestly, jobs that most people would not expect. Just a little oddball, but I'm like, I'm making great money.
Yep.
Yeah. And then that's where I eventually became a UPS driver, which if you don't know what that life looks like, let me paint you a picture. I would leave my house, like I said, at like 6 a.m. every single morning, maybe a little bit earlier. And I'd get home around 7 to 8 at night. And I actually had a route instead of delivering to houses, which you think UPS drivers do, like a mailman or a mailwoman. No, I had a route that delivered to businesses like warehouses, and it was more so an industrial route. And so there's just like
Big
these heavy metal
packages.
parts, big packages. And I would usually walk anywhere from like 6 to 8 miles, like to and from like the truck and businesses and everything. And I'd usually carry like 12,000 pounds. So it was really strong. It's just boxes of metal, I swear to you.
Yeah.
But it was really good money, and the health insurance was great, and the benefits and the pension and all of it was there.
So
And
like
it
from the
was
outside, it looked like a success.
yes. And like
Okay.
seriously, like UPS drivers, they make their career as a UPS driver and they retire from being a driver
I
and
know.
they make really
Fun
good money.
fact, when you were a driver and I would tell Bo, he's like, "Oh my gosh, you need to be a driver." Bo wanted
Yes.
me to be a UPS driver because you were and you're making good money.
Yes. And you stay in really good shape. And it's
Yeah.
honestly like I really did enjoy a part of it. But my creative soul was dying. Like, I kid you not, I was genuinely dying inside. My soul wasn't happy. And for some odd reason, like, just, it was hard to leave UPS because a little piece of my identity and it was attached to security, where
Mhm.
I was getting like that steady paycheck and just all the things. But my soul was not happy. Like, I was truly just, not happy. And so that's where, like, with me being a creative person, I love photography. I love doing video. I love making things. And none of that really had a place for that in that job. So I was really trading all my hours to basically, like, I worked to get a paycheck. And then I kept doing that because of security.
And that's like the employee trap right there. It's the golden handcuffs.
Yep, exactly. Seriously, for reals. That's what honestly people would say in the UPS world.
Yeah. Yeah.
So true.
Yep.
Anyway, so I finally quit. Did I have to go to counseling to figure out why I couldn't quit? Yes, I did.
Oh.
Figured out a little piece of my identity was connected to that security with that paycheck.
Yeah.
Anyways, but I did finally quit, and that's where I went full-time into photography. And I genuinely love it.
You're
But
so
the
good at
thing, oh, thank you. The thing with wedding photography, which a lot of people don't talk enough about, is even if you do love it, it can start feeling like a job when it's like constant. If that makes sense. Like, with photography, wedding photography, mainly like weddings are typically on the weekends, and then doing engagements or doing photos or in the afternoons for sunset. And then you're constantly editing because it's not just a quick edit, especially with me. I'm a slow editor because I just do so much.
Yeah.
Anyways, and so it's just kind of 24/7. And
I'm sure if it's like
I
your only income too, like you feel like you have to say yes to like everything or no.
And I do, like, that's also my
Or is there
personality. I'm like,
pressure?
oh,
Yeah.
wait, I can make more money. Like,
Yeah.
I don't, like, I have a hard time saying no.
Yeah.
If I can
That's
make
real.
more money, I'm like, oh, I don't need family time. I don't need to go see my horses or ride them. They're fine. Oh, like,
Yep.
my parents are older. Like, I'll see them later. And I'm addicted to work, I tell you. And so, yes, it is hard to say no.
Yep. Yep.
But it basically, with photography, since it is editing 24/7, evening, weekends, for so many hours back to back, 24/7, it's just kind of like that same cycle. And it's kind of with a camera instead of a delivery truck, which is so crazy. But when I learned UGC from Tami, that's when she first started. UGC was when we were kind of like working together a little bit, and I saw her just start and then grow and grow and grow. And it kind of, I thought, like, ooh, this can maybe give me like more of a creative freedom and financial flexibility without me having to sacrifice all of my time.
Exactly. That flexibility of not like, especially like you said, working nights and weekends and like you're kind of on their schedule a little bit. I think that's kind of what UGC has given both of us, is that kind of flexibility. But it does require a completely different way of thinking to get there. So
Yeah.
let's get into that.
Yeah, let's do it. So let's get specific, because we think as an employee mindset, we kind of talk about it in kind of a vague motivational way, and it doesn't always translate to what it actually looks like in real life.
Yes. So here are the signs, like real signs that you might be in employee thinking mode, even though you're technically running your own UGC business.
So, sign number one is you're waiting to feel ready. You keep saying, I'll start pitching when my portfolio is better, or I'll reach out to brands when I have more videos, or I'll take this seriously when I can start making money. That is an employee thinking. So, you're waiting for the right conditions for it to be perfect before you act. A business owner creates the conditions.
Yep. All right. Sign number 2 is you treat inconsistency like a personal failure instead of just a data point. Like when you're an employee and you had a bad day at work, you went home, you came back tomorrow, but you didn't quit. And so many people, when they have a slow week in their UGC business or a brand doesn't respond or maybe a video didn't perform well, like they take it so personally and they can pull back. But a business owner looks at it and asks, okay, what do I need to adjust? How can I improve instead of just giving up? Sign number 3, you undercharge or work for free because you don't feel legitimate yet. This is huge, okay? Employee thinking says, I need to earn my worth over time. I need to prove myself first, then I get paid more. But business owner thinking says, my work has value right now and I set my rates accordingly. That's a big one.
That is a big one. Sign number 4, you stop when it gets hard, not because you're actually failing, just because it gets uncomfortable. So,
Huge.
yeah, it is honestly so huge because change is hard. You had to always learn from somewhere, start from
It's gonna
somewhere.
be uncomfortable.
Definitely 100%. And when that first brand doesn't respond, when you film a video that you don't love, when a month is slower than you have hoped, employee thinking looks for an exit when things get hard. Business owners, their way is they look for a solution. Like business owners thinking, they look for that solution.
That's huge. So, question for you guys, do any of those land? Like if you're listening and one of those hit you, good. That's self-awareness and that's actually the first step of this mindset shift. Okay, so we don't just want to identify the problem. Now let's talk about what this shift actually looks like in practice because it's not just, vibes, all right? It's not just thinking positive thoughts. It actually shows up in a really specific behaviors. And it looks like setting your rates before someone asks what your rates are. Not scrambling to figure out what to charge when somebody asks, but actually having the number ready, knowing what your work is worth, and being confident about saying your rates.
Yeah. And then it also looks like treating your UGC time like it's on a calendar, not I'll work when I have time for it, like time block.
Right. That one's huge. Just work when you have to. No boss is telling you when to clock in and clock out. Like, okay.
Yep.
It looks like investing in yourself and your business, whether that's a course, a tool, a better ring light, or time spent learning. Like employees wait for their company to train them, but business owners, they invest in their own growth. That's really big.
Yeah. So it kind of looks like you're playing the long game. You're not panicking after like 2 slow weeks and comparing your month to someone else's 8-month. Like I said the other day, where you can't compare your chapter 1 or your step 1 to someone's chapter 20 or their year 2. And knowing that consistency over time is what builds a real business, not a viral video or like a big deal, like big brand deal.
Right. And honestly, it looks like believing that you belong here before you have any receipts to prove it. And that's probably a really hard one because we tend to kind of get imposter syndrome, right? But when you're new, you don't have those results yet, but you still have to act like a business owner before sometimes you even feel like you're a business owner.
Yep. Yep. And fake it till you make it, even though I'd love to say that. Fake it till you make it is kind of the wrong framing for this. It's more like decide first, decide that you're doing this, decide it's real, decide that you're a business owner, and then act from that place.
Yeah, because here's the truth. Results follow the decision, not the other way around. And this sidetrack with like my fitness stuff and my wellness stuff, like in order for me to like actually get in shape, I have to think like the person that's already in shape. Like I have to be like the in shape version of me is not going to eat junk food and pizza every night. Like, that's just not what I do. And that's kind of the mindset shift. You have to like think like your future business self would do right now. Even if it doesn't feel like you have a strong business yet, you have to show up and think like the person that does in order to build it.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by the results follow the decision.
Yeah, that was a great example, Tammy. And let's make this really tangible because we know that mindset can feel a little abstract. So here's actual practical things you can do differently starting this week.
So at number 1, give your business a name in your mind. Even if you don't have like an LLC or an actual business yet, you are Content by Becca, right? Or whatever you want to call it. You are a business, so start referring to it that way, even if it's just in your own head.
Yeah. Tammy, what is your business name?
Content Creators Collective.
Okay, I did see that somewhere. I'm like, is it Tammy Eaton _? What is it? What? Just kidding. JK.
It was Content Tammy for a bit.
That's true.
Before I had anything.
Okay. All right. Number 2, set business hours. Little quotations. Even if you're doing it part-time or even around another job, say Monday through Wednesday or Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. is when I work on my UGC business, and protect that time like you would a real 9-to-5 shift, like as a part-time job.
Right. Number 3, open a separate bank account for your UGC business. Even if it's just a second personal account right now, but when your money has its own home, the business just kind of starts to feel real in like a different way. So that's a good way to kind of make it feel more legit.
Yes. That reminds me, I wanted to get my own little credit card for UGC.
Yes.
It's been on my to-do forever. So I got to get that done because I'm like, this is a business expense. This is a business expense.
Yes.
Oh my word. Okay. That I keep forgetting. I don't know how, but I keep when I was doing my taxes, I'm like, All right. Sorry, I got distracted there. Number 4, write down your rates and your packages before you need them. Don't wait until a brand asks what you charge to figure it out. Have a number ready. Practice saying it out loud. Get comfortable with it.
Yes. And number 5, audit your self-talk. All right. This one's huge. Seriously, when you catch yourself saying, I'm just trying UGC, or I'm just a beginner, or I'm just figuring it out, like replace that. Okay. You are building a UGC business. You are a content creator, right? I am learning and growing. The language that you use about yourself is going to shape how you show up. So you are a business owner. You are a UGC creator.
Amen, Tammy. Literally, amen. I love that. Honestly, like words are so powerful. I was just talking to my hairdresser yesterday and she was asking me a question. She's like, if it works out next year, will you change this? I was like, if? What are you talking about if? I'm like, it's gonna happen. She's like, oh. So I already have it in my mind. It's gonna, like, it's working out. Like, it's happening. So there's no if, honestly, in my mind.
Nope.
I'm like, nope.
I love it.
Anyways, so that honestly is like, that hits home right there. And then the last thing, number 6, find your people. This one I really feel really strongly about. The employee mindset is often reinforced by the people around you. People who are skeptical of what you're building, people who don't get it, find a community, even online. Of people that are doing what you're doing in this UGC space. It changes everything about how you see yourself and your business. It's so true.
100%. This, especially UGC, because it is kind of a newer-ish industry, not a lot of people are going to understand what you're doing. Like, they just don't understand that this is so real, and they have their own mindset. Like, you need to find a community of people that think like you do and that want to be business owners and that kind of thing and work with each other. That's going to be huge. So we want to close out this segment with something really important. Okay, you don't have to have it all figured out, and You don't need to have it all figured out to start thinking like a business owner at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, honestly. I was driving a forklift and Tammy was DoorDashing, which is so funny to say that. Like, honestly, low key, I think I didn't really share that intentionally with people because I think they're like, oh, she does
I freaking
construction.
love it.
But whatever. Like, I was driving a forklift and Tammy was DoorDashing with no heater. And neither one of us had it figured out, but at some point we both made a decision internally that we're going to build something real, and we started acting from that decision.
Yep. And you don't need permission. Like you don't need a perfect plan. You don't need to wait until you feel ready or confident or qualified.
Yeah, you just need the decision, and then you need to show up consistently for it. That's the whole thing.
100%. Employee mindset waits, but business owner mindset starts.
Yeah. Can we just repeat that last part? Business owners mindset, they start, they do.
They don't wait.
Yep.
They do.
So, the question is, which one are you choosing today? Yep.
All right.
Hopefully the business one.
Business owners.
Yeah,
We are business owners over here.
Yes, pick that one. You got it.
All right. Well, that is a wrap on episode 8. This one felt really personal to share, so we hope that it landed for you. And if this episode hit home for you, please share it. Like, send it to someone who needs to hear it. Please leave us a review on the podcast. It genuinely helps us reach more people who need this message.
Yeah. And if you're ready to take real action, grab our free Intro to UGC Starter Guide. It's in the show notes below. And if you want the full roadmap from mindset to money, we have the UGC Business Blueprint, and it's all in there.
Yes, and follow us on Instagram, the Content Creation Academy, where we post daily content, real talk, behind the scenes of everything we're building.
All right, guys, until next week, choose
then.
the business mindset, and you got it. All right, until then, see you later. All right, bye, guys.